Welcome back, everyone. Sheepdog Smokey here. And before we jump in, please remember to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so that you're among the first to know of all new content as it is posted. But let's go on and jump into this one from the chicks on the right. Apparently, Democrats have an alternative to impeachment, and they claim they will stop Trump with the new plan. It's actually a toothless tiger. They're now saying they're going to move away from impeachment and toward censure. Now, for those who were around and can remember the late 1990s, you'll remember President William Jefferson Clinton was impeached. He actually was impeached for perjury, not for having an affair. Honestly, the man should have had the brains God gave a goose to lock the door. But he lied under oath. That's why he was impeached. He was not removed, he was censured, which is really all it is a public reprimand. It lacks any actual value to do anything other than say, we don't like this person. My thoughts in the 1990s were that when it was just down to perjury, the Republicans should have either gone for broke or dropped everything. They did set the precedent 20 years ago for censure when you don't get your way. And I don't like it. It's useless. It really is. The Democrats now are moving to eyeing a move to censure President Trump as a possible alternative to impeaching a president they've accused of gross wrongdoing while in office. A censure resolution, essentially a public reprimand, lacks the teeth of impeachment's intrinsic threat to remove a sitting president. But supporters say it would send a clear and immediate message to voters that Democrats are taking seriously their constitutional responsibility to be a check on executive misconduct. And Chicks on the Right is exactly spot on with this. Translation: we have nothing to actually impeach him over, but we want to make sure that everyone is fully aware we still don't like him. This is the ultimate orange man bad NPC moment. They have nothing. They had 20 plus months of investigation by Mueller. Mueller very clearly said no collusion, no evidence of obstruction. He tried a Democrat-friendly move with, well, we don't have evidence that he did, but we don't have evidence that he didn't, and his famous not guilty ruling, which very quick after, he rightly said, well, that's not a thing, so my entire statement the other day is irrelevant. If not guilty became a thing, then Hillary's emails, we don't have any evidence that she did do it, but we don't have evidence that she didn't, so she's not guilty. Or Waters and her incitement of violence. We don't have evidence that she did, or we don't have evidence that she didn't, so she's not guilty. I mean, I've made some crass jokes about it, that we don't have evidence that Cory Booker's brain is a vast empty cavity, but we don't have evidence that he does have a brain, so he's not guilty of having a brain. That's the insanity of the argument now. They are looking to, I don't know, indict or just hold in contempt the Attorney General, who multiple times told them this U.S. law, and this law, and this law, and this law, and on, these laws make it illegal for me to hand you a fully unredacted report. Nadler and his committee don't care that their subpoena was ultimately a break the law or we will put you in jail for not breaking the law order. Attorney General Barr is a pit bull, and he is going to come out on top. Because if they try to hold him in contempt, all he has to do is show up, plunk the redacted copy down on the desk, and then say, Here is a list of laws that must be repealed immediately. Repeal these laws and I will unredact the report. Do it on record, on camera, so that you can get Nadler saying, no, I am Nadler, you will obey. Then leave. Walk to the nearest camera crew, say, this is Attorney so-and-so, and that's Attorney so-and-so on his right, Attorney so-and-so on my left, and Attorney so-and-so on their left. And I'm Attorney General William Barr, yeah. And here are the laws. You can go look them up at any point. You all have computers in your pocket. Google them. Those laws state it is a crime for me to hand anyone in that body of Congress a fully unredacted report. They have now said that I am breaking the law by not breaking the law. It's what they're trying to do with President Trump. We don't have evidence that he didn't collude, so he's guilty. No, he's not. Burden of proof falls on the accuser in this country, not on the accused, even though Senator Schumer, during the Kavanaugh trial, famously tried to say that the accused must prove their innocence, which is just ludicrous. We're watching a concerted attempt at a coup d'etat. Okay? Democrats are no longer satisfied with just running their mouths for 2 years until an election so that they can keep or maybe gain a little power in one of the houses of Congress. They're no longer content with running their mouths and just talking about impeachment. They're now at the point where it is literally, we will remove anyone we want for any reason, legal or not. And the only good to come of it is people being red-pilled right and left every day. And on one hand, I want them to keep running their mouths and showing their idiocy. But on the other hand, it is dangerous because even if they do try to pass this in the House, it will, in some cases, have rhinos, Republicans in name only, join them, which will damage the Republican Party. It will get to the Senate and it will fail because the Senate will rightly say, wait a minute, you're impeaching him for not breaking the law, and they won't do anything. And the Democrats will cry and whine and moan all over the news circuit about how the Republicans are blocking impeachment just to protect the president. Russia, Russia, Russia will be all over the news again. It's much like the amnesty bill the House passed today. It may have been yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. It's going to fail in the Senate. I would give that a 90% chance that it will fail in the Senate. If it doesn't, it will be vetoed, and they are not veto-proof. And the Democrats will cry and whine, and they'll trot out so-called dreamers and demand obedience. You see, they like to talk about separate but equal checks and balances. But they don't like it when, rightly, checks and balances stop them. They don't like it that the Supreme Court can rule that something they pass is unconstitutional. So they demand that it be stacked with liberals. And now that we have a court that is very likely to rule against them on unconstitutional laws, they can't stand it. They're still trying to find a way to impeach Brett Kavanaugh for something that happened 30 years ago somewhere that somebody saw but nobody can remember. They don't like it when the president vetoes something. For 8 years, they were happy as a clam to let Barack Obama rule by fiat with his pen and phone. But when Donald Trump issues a state of emergency, or when Donald Trump issues an executive order for anything else, he's bypassing Congress, and he must not do that. Apparently, only Democrats have the authority to issue executive orders or declare national emergencies, which Barack Obama did multiple times. It's somewhat worrying at how close they're getting to either articles of impeachment passing in the House and failing in the Senate, or a censure passing in the House and failing in the Senate, because that is going to whip their rabid base into a frenzy We've watched for over 2 years as their pet thugs in masks assault anyone wearing a red hat. I'm honestly waiting for someone in Los Angeles to have a Texas Rangers hat on, because it is bright red, virtually the same shade, except it has the Rangers logo on the front, not Make America Great Again. And if that person travels to California for a baseball game, they get clocked in the back of the head and brutally assaulted, and then Antifa says, "Oh, it was a Texas Rangers hat." Well, it's really a Make America Great Again hat. They just don't want us to be able to find them. They're really a racist, and the media will go along with it. We have to stop this crap. Visit cosaction.org. COS, Convention of States, cosaction.org. Look over the program. I'm not going to go into it here because I don't want to ramble. But we need to regain the power that the people in this country hold, that Congress doesn't. I'm not going to hold my breath, but I am going to remain hopeful. I've talked long enough. Let me know what you think. Remember, keep it civil. We don't learn from an argument. We only learn from debate. And again, as always, please remember to like and share the video to expand the conversation. And again, to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you're among the first to know of all new content as it is posted. Until next time, everyone, have a wonderful day.